I am Muhimaya Maiza, your anchor on this segment. On this segment, we spotlight the issues that are shaping conversations in the Nigerian social media. Violence, bloodshed, destruction, body bags. These are not the kind of words Nigerians want to hear just 9 days to the presidential elections. But the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, thinks differently. While on Tuesday live on NTA, the governor said foreigners or foreign nations who are trying to interfere with the 2019 presidential elections will go back home in body bags. Yes, body bags. Who does that? Who says that? Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State. And in case you don't know, body bags are actually for dead people. Let's go now to the social media where El-Rufai body bags was trending all through yesterday evening. From The Guardian, we saw this report. Nasir El-Rufai, the governor who in the past has shown a propensity for very strong comments, has threatened that foreigners looking to intervene in Nigeria's forthcoming election will leave in body bags. Let's take a look at how Nigerians are reacting to this development. It shocked a lot of people, but some are not really shocked. There's a video actually of El-Rufai making that comment. Let's take a look very quickly at that video now, and then we'll go to the comments that followed.
Okay, those that are calling for anyone to come and intervene in Nigeria, we are waiting for the person that will come and intervene. They will go back in body bags. Okay. Because nobody will come to Nigeria and tell us how to run our country. We've got that independence and we are trying to run our country as decently as possible. And we know the history of those countries that are trying to teach us these things. We have read their history. We also know at their own stages of development, they went through these challenges. So please, let's work together. Let's advise one another, but don't lecture us.
A lot of condemnation in the social media. A lot of Nigerians are now asking, dear federal government of Nigeria, what is the definition of hate speech? Well, let's take a look at more reactions from Nigerians. Newton Akire tweeted and said, El-Rufai believes just because he's a state governor, he can open his mouth so wide without control. Power truly intoxicates, but he will soon find out soon enough that the world is a global village. Nigeria belongs to all. From Newton Akire. From Najib Bello, we saw this tweet. El-Rufai cannot change. He's not only a purveyor of hate speech, but one who acts on his words. The recent riots, which left tens of people killed in Kaduna, was ignited by his conversion of chiefdoms to emirates. I hope Buhari and the APC elements will deal with hate speech in the deadliest form El-Rufai has presented it. From Najib Bello, we saw that tweet. From Oluremi Shonaya, who was the presidential candidate of KOA in the 2015 presidential elections, tweeting said, the threat by Governor El-Rufai that foreign powers that interfere in our elections will go back in body bags is troubling and sickening. Are we in a jungle here? Are we murderers? We must stop leaders who think they have the right to say and do anything. El-Rufai represents us well. From Oluremi Shonaya tweeting, condemning the language of the governor. Sheikh Husani tweeting also said, the threat to kill foreigners who interfere in Nigeria's elections is a condemnable act. Nigerians and the international community must take this seriously. The sources and plots of violence is now clear. While our mind is set on ballot boxes and votes, theirs is set on bullets, body bags and coffins. From Sheikh Husani, we saw that tweet. From Senator Bemre Bruce, is this madness? President Buhari, if you don't reject this evil, this fellow will bring your government into disrepute. Never in Nigeria's history have we ever had such recklessness in a public official. I urge APC to publicly repudiate this. From Senator Bemre Bruce, we saw that tweet. And then more reactions from Nigerians yesterday. Ada Campbell tweeted and said, when you are part of a government that doesn't care about human rights, violence becomes second nature. El-Rufai's statements are not surprising. These people are kicking against being held accountable because they have no intention of giving Nigerians free and fair elections. Madness. From Ada Campbell tweeting. Let's take a look at more reactions from Nigerians yesterday. While this issue was raging, El-Rufai body bags was trending almost at #1 yesterday. Chosen Some to tweet and said, El-Rufai is threatening foreign countries that protected him when he ran on exile with body bags. He's not very smart. I wonder who will take him this time. El-Rufai and his family should be placed on travel ban by peace-loving countries. And then we'll take a look at more tweets yesterday, flooding the timeline. From Audu Maikori, who is now on exile after he had an issue with Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, tweeted and said, on behalf of the people of Kaduna, we disassociate ourselves with any threat directed at the international community. We, the people of Kaduna, are law-abiding and peaceful people. We don't support El-Rufai body bags. From that Twitter user, Aldo Maikoro, we saw that the international community has already taken note of El-Rufai's comments. The EU Election Observer Monitoring Mission in Nigeria tweeted and said, "We are aware of the comments by the governor of Kaduna about non-interference by foreigners during a talk show on Nigeria Decides 2019 on 5th February 2019. The EU only deploys an election observation mission when it is invited to do so by the authorities of a country." And then in a lengthy statement yesterday, but captured by these two tweets we brought here this morning, they continued and said, "While the security of EU observers is of paramount importance and will remain under constant review, EU observers will continue their work across the country in the run-up to and beyond the 16th February elections." So the EU is saying we only go to countries who have invited us. So, and then from the governor himself, El-Rufai, clarifying the statement he made on Tuesday in a statement by his media aide Samuel Aruwan, said, affirming that the country will defend itself against needless intervention is the kind of statement you expect to hear from a patriot. El-Rufai clarifies stance on foreign intervention in Nigerian elections. Let's take a look at a few details of that statement, which was issued by his media aide yesterday, affirming that the country will defend itself against needless intervention is the kind of statement you expect to hear from a patriot. It is not a call for violence. Warning about the consequence of meddling in another country's affairs is legitimate. So El-Rufai is standing by his words. He has come out to say he should actually be commended that he's a patriot. He's actually patriotically speaking. But yesterday, while that issue was trending, Sahara reporters brought this new dimension to the conversation. Flash, U.S. official tells Sahara reporters Kaduna Governor El-Rufai is also banned from entering the United States over graft allegations since 2010. The governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai, has not officially reacted to this, but according to Sahara reporters yesterday, El-Rufai has also been banned from entering the United States due to corruption allegations. Demola Riwaju, responding to that tweet, said, "With the talk of El-Rufai being banned from the US already for years now, we can only hope EU and UK also place him and his family on visa bans to deny them visits to the countries he and other elites love so much." That his statement is extremely provocative and outrageous. From Demola Riwaju, we saw that tweet. We'll take a break from El-Rufai's matter now and go to the campaign trail, where President Buhari was in Benue State yesterday. The PMB 4+4 campaign was in Benue yesterday. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that event. T. Bani tweeted and said, "PMB in Benue Makurdi. The Benue State capital stood still for Mr. Integrity. Next level is certain in Benue State. We believe." Let's take a look at this short video. The president yesterday in Benue State, and then the official hand of the Nigerian presidency at NGR president tweeting said, President Buhari today in Benue announced that NNPC will soon commence drilling for a deeper search for oil and gas in the Benue Trough. This, he said, is the next step following the commencement of drilling in the Komani River area located within Bauchi and Gombe states. President Buhari says that Benue is the next in line for oil drilling. This is how Nigerians were reacting to that. Samize tweeting said, "Is oil exploration the most important thing to the people of Benue right now, or the safety of their lives and properties? Misplaced priority. Call the headsmen to order now." From Samize tweeting. Let's see this tweet from Orlando Bob1 tweeting said, "Who do you want to deceive with this talk of drilling oil in Benue? Election season, and the same Benue you avoided like a plague is now attractive. When the people of Benue were being killed by headsmen, where were you? I guess according to Prof. Oshibajo, you were where you were." From Orlando Bob1 tweeted. We go now straight to this other tweet from Benga Adeoshun _ Benue people don't need oil exploration. They need security and protection from rampaging headsmen. Benue is the food basket of the nation. Empower them with modern agricultural tools and mechanisms for improved and standardized production. Secure their farms from headsmen and bandits. Benga Adeoshun giving some words of advice to the president yesterday. And from Yakafan Chan, Twitter user Yakafan Chan, giving us some details. President Buhari was supposed to have a meeting yesterday with some Benue State elders, but according to this Twitter user Yakafan Chan, several years of headsmen massacre in Benue State and it is just now Buhari knows to meet with elders in Benue State. A wicked fraud. Most of the elders shunned the meeting. And let's go on and take a look at more highlights from that visit to Benue State yesterday. From Collins Uma, Benue youths washing Buhari's footsteps from the land after his visit today. The brooms were later burnt. Nobody wants to take that to their house. Let's take a look at the next photograph that captured that moment. Benue youths are washing the president away from his visit yesterday, and see them also burning the brooms of the APC. Okay, let's move on very quickly now from this to the next visit yesterday, which was also in Nasarawa State. Bashir Ahmad, the new media aide, shared a video with us. He said, wow, unbelievable. Lafia Square couldn't accommodate half of people who came to listen to the next level from President Buhari. People outside are more than those inside by far. The story is the same everywhere Mr. President goes. Nigerians are making the PMB 4+4 a reality. Let's take a look at this video from Lafia yesterday. Okay, now it's Atiku's turn. Atiku was also in Borno State yesterday. He was also in Yobe State. Let's take a look at how details of that unfolded in the social media. He actually shared those details on his Twitter handle. Thank you, Borno State. Despite the security challenges, you came out to support PDP. On February 16, a vote for PDP is a vote for a more effective strategy against Boko Haram and better life for all residents of Borno State. Come out, vote, and protect your vote. PDP Borno rally. He was also in Yobe State and he tweeted, thank you for the massive support, Yobe. A vote for PDP is a vote for better life. This is why we must all come out and vote PDP on February 16. Let's get Nigeria working again, PDP Yobe rally. And on Tuesday, Atiku was in Bauchi and shared a video with us. He said, thank you, Bauchi, PDP Bauchi rally. Let's get Nigeria working again. This is the video he attached to that tweet. Let's take a look. Okay, and also during the week, Atiku met with Iyadura, the founder of the Love of Christ Generation Cherubim and Seraphim Church, the very popular Iyadura that most of you know. And Atiku met with him during the week, but one of the top influencers of the APC on social media, he goes by the name on Twitter at Ayob, has a problem with that. Let's look at what he tweeted about this meeting. He said, Atiku, a Fulani Muslim who sneaks into a white garment church in desperation. Prayer must have been vigorous. No one knows if whips were used, but Atiku looks exhausted after the session. OBJ had talked about his affinity with marabouts. He's now better at mixing things up. Let's take a look at the video of that very short meeting, which was shared with us on Twitter by Chief Dele Momodu. Let's take a look.
Let me tell you, you know me, I'm not a politician. I said, Baba Atiku, for the first time today I met him, I've never seen any humility like that. I don't know what you are arrogant about. Here is a presidential candidate still coming that he cannot do it by his power. It's only by the power of the creator of the whole universe. He came as the dream went. He said, okay, the prayer is the same God. He is not segregating about anything. He came, he had just finished his prayers. Let me tell you, humility will always come before honor. Thank you.
Okay, that was a short video that got Ayob, the top APC influencer on Twitter, questioning Atiku's visit to Iyadura. But this is how Nigerians were reacting to Ayob's tweet. Yemi, a Yoruba Christian who sneaks into a black garment mosque in desperation. Prayer must have been vigorous. No one knows if charms were used, but Yemi looks exhausted after the session. Attached a photograph there from which Triumph Still, we saw that tweet. And then from another Twitter user, Babatunde Bello, tweeting at Ayob and said, why is he looking so stressed? Apparently referring to Atiku in the video you just saw. And Ayob again replied him and said, probably he was whipped and lashed in a white garment style. And then we'll take a look at more reactions to that from Fervent M tweeting and said, Daily Mamodu celebrates this woman of God every now and then. What's the difference between going to a white garment church and attending the service of RCCG or Apostolic Church? You can see your level of intolerance. This is the type of leader Nigeria needs. No discrimination. Fervent M tweeting there, and from I Am Edinen tweeting and said, but in 2014-2015, Buhari was going to the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, with Prof. Osimbade as if he was a choir member, and you didn't know about that, right? This article is a pain to all the tribalists and religious extremists in Nigeria. I am Edinen. And of course, trust Nigerians who know how to keep records. A Twitter user, Faye Shiton, shared this photograph with us. This is the Vice President Yemi Oshibajo with the same Iyadura. Okay, case closed, right? Okay, let's move on very quickly from this issue now to one story that has caught our attention on Instablog Nigeria yesterday. A Nigerian woman who was begging for alms in Canada was accosted by an American citizen, and what you're about to watch transpired. White man confronts a Nigerian lady begging for alms in Canada. It's quite, take a look and judge for yourself what this means. Let's take a look at this video, courtesy of Instablog Nigeria yesterday.
Trying to scam people for money. So they get enough money from the government. They get enough money from the government, but she still wants it out there trying to be a professional panhandler. No dignity, no self-respect. Let me go and see what she wants. I'm going to see her, try to tease her a bit. Okay. How much money do you need?
Look, I need $20 to buy groceries to feed my son.
You need
He's 14 years old.
You need $20?
Yeah,
okay, so what about the government? What, doesn't the government give you money?
They give very little.
Huh?
They give very little.
Doesn't the government give you money?
Yeah, they give very little.
Little?
I have to pay my house rent. I have to pay my fees. At the end of the day, the money remains very little.
Oh, okay. Where you come from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria?
Yeah.
Where you come from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria?
Yeah.
Nigeria? So why are you here for? Why did you leave Nigeria?
I came here to have a good life. I went to school, York University.
Yeah.
I had a job. The job finished. I've not been able to get a new job. Things are very hard for me and my son.
Oh, so you come from Nigeria to Canada to get a good life?
Yes.
To live a good life?
Yes, brother.
Why can't you live a good life in Nigeria?
The economy is very bad.
The economy is bad?
Yeah.
Okay, so why are you? Let me ask you a question. Why are you Africans? Why are you Africans running from Africa to Europe, to Canada, to America to live with the white man? Why?
The economy at home is very bad, brother.
Huh? Because the economy?
Yeah.
So you mean you people? Because the economy?
Yeah.
So you mean you people in Africa, you can't run your own economy?
There's a lot of corruption.
Huh? Lots of corruption.
The government
So a lot of corruption. So you guys can't get along with each other. So you run from Africa to Europe to live with the white people because you can't manage your own country. Is that right?
Brother, the government.
I don't understand why you Africans keep running away from Africa to come to live with the white man. Why can't you take care of your own country? Why?
It's very tough, brother.
Huh?
It's very tough. The government is very hard.
Yeah, but I don't agree with Africans coming from Africa to Canada to America, running from Africa because you can't manage your own country. Why can't you manage? Because you can't manage your own country. Why can't you manage your own country?
The government is very hard.
Yeah.
I just told you about the government. The government has to manage the economy for the citizens, but they are not doing so. The government is not doing so.
The government is what?
The government is not managing the economy very well.
Okay. So you're out here panhandling then, right?
Yes, brother.
I'm not your brother, okay? I'm not your brother. I'm an American, okay? So, anyways, have a good day.
Okay, all of you that want to run to America and Canada, that is a Nigerian in Canada begging for arms, and you saw how she was disrespected by that American. Real Angel Khalid posting actually on Instablog Nigeria yesterday said, after all these questions, he did not even help her. And from Shona the Tease, he is racist. She disgraced herself. There are several levels before begging. What happened to care jobs? This is just shameful. I am Makono. Are Africans the only ones leaving their country? If you can't help, just move on. And one last comment from Quincy Babe One. In Canada, for real? Begging for money? Still can't get over this. Do you have to answer the guy? This guy is not a police officer or an immigration officer. Shame on all our selfish leaders that make most of their citizens go out of the country and be a beggar. Okay, it is on that note we draw the curtain this morning on Kakaaki Social. Please follow the conversation on all our various social media platforms, Kakaaki Social on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kakaaki Social. In case you missed the show this morning, the full episode is going to be posted on our YouTube channel, Kakaaki Social. I am Ohimaya Maize, now signing off and handing over to Salamatu and Utibe.